Hello Taurus, welcome to Essence Reflections Tarot. My name is Krista. This is your reading for the week of June 17th to 23rd, 2019. It's for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. And thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate you stopping by. If you're new to the channel or if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can find out when your next reading comes out. And let's get started here. So in the physical, we have the Six of Pentacles. In the emotional, the Ten of Swords. In the mental is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And in the spiritual, we have the Emperor. So it looks like you have come to a space of calling bullshit. Pardon my language. You've had enough. There is something that you've come to a place of no more, I'm not doing this anymore. And you're in a place of surrender or needing to surrender. But you're maybe not quite ready to give up the ghost, as it were, at this point. Maybe you're still kind of clinging on to those last shreds of wanting to think of things in a certain way and wanting to really have things be a certain way, but you already know that they're not that way, and you already know that really continuing to try and think of it that way is not what's best for you and not in your best interest. But it's hard to let go of those things because often we don't see what the outcome is going to be. We don't see how things are going to really work themselves out, and it looks like you're trying to come to grips with sort of a hierarchy. And in this tableau here, we can see that someone is giving and someone is receiving, and someone who's giving is deciding who's going to receive. And perhaps this is something that you feel is present in your physical world, but you're really not happy with it. You're really not wanting it to continue in that way. You are wanting to find a new balance of power and a new balance of being the one who gives and being the one who receives. Because right now it is completely out of whack. And it's almost like you have this new sense of understanding how you would like to see things happen and how these boundaries could be put in place and how this balance could go that is more stable and maybe not so unequal. But you're not sure what you can do. Maybe you feel like you are too, like your voice isn't strong enough, and like you don't have the ability and the capacity to really impact the situation the way that you think it needs to be impacted. And maybe you feel like your ability to impact it is just not enough. But sometimes even a quiet voice can cause a sea change. And even one person can make a difference. It looks like you are really changing your way of relating to your overarching archetype of masculinity and the overarching archetype of how boundaries and how containers work in your life and how structures can be set up in a way that is not patriarchal and in a way that allows for equality and in a way that is beneficial to the people around you rather than restricting and punitive. And this is something where you know that's possible, and you spend a lot of time thinking about how things aren't right in that area. But you are just now really being able to connect to the beginnings of a concept of how that could go and how it could look. And it's maybe not entirely concrete for you, and it's not entirely come into your conscious ways of thinking. That's still maybe something that you're having come through for you, and maybe needing to be open to different sources of information for that, and maybe plug into different areas of learning in order for that to come through, and for you to be able to work with that concept and be able to make it something that fits for you and becomes true for you, and that you can really embody and move forward with, because the way things are now, they're just untenable. But I do see there is definitely movement possible in the way that you're thinking, and definitely a flexibility there that wasn't there before. Your thinking used to be very, very stringent and very stuck, but that has loosened up, and as you surrender what needs to be surrendered, this will unplug things, and this will allow things to really start to flow and to move. I really hope that this has resonated for you. Thank you so much for stopping in and watching. I really appreciate you being here. If you'd like your own personalized reading, please go ahead and visit the link to my website, which is in the description box below, and you can order your reading there. I hope that you have a great week. Bye-bye.